All right. I guess I'm live. I guess I went on pretty quick. I don't know if anybody's actually waiting to come on. Probably not. I don't know if I inspire that kind of crowd, but I do have, I'll say, probably the I don't know, probably the coolest people on YouTube. Um, oh man, I left my water up there. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so let me go ahead and put my private chat out so I can see if anybody's here. Let me know if you can hear me if anybody's here. Oh, this would be embarrassing if oh no, that's my private chat. Where's my public chat? It looks like there's one in the chat. I don't know. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, this is great. It's Amanda and AJM. Oh man, that's a good start. That is a good start. Okay, check this out, guys. I am gonna grab my water real fast, and I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, good, 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 good. I'm so glad that I got some water. That feels great. Okay, what's up, Joel? Man, this is a serious time to get serious and to be serious, you know? And one thing I'd like to thank the Lord for the spirit of peace, right? That goes beyond all understanding. Even when times are tough out there, we're facing some scenarios where we're going to have to make some decisions about um, our lives and our possibly our bodies, right? Our health, right? We're going to have to make some choices, right? When we're going to have to love on our family and friends, right? And we're going to have a spirit of peace, not a spirit of well, I don't have to worry about that here. We always have peace. There's no dissension. There's no backbiting here. No paranoia. And I'm just, grateful. Um, I'm grateful. And so, good news today. I have StreamYard, so I can put out a link. And so I don't know if anybody is interested in coming up, but I have some questions. So it's not really a setup, right? But if you come up, this is kind of the outline I was thinking. I wanted to ask some questions about how sure are you about um, this uh, vacation being the mark or not the mark, and um, are you sure enough to tell your loved ones straight up, this is what I think it is, don't do it? Because I'm gonna have to make some decisions. I'm gonna have to tell some people that I care about, like, hey, this is what I think it is. I've been in denial about this thing, not not in the sense of learning it, but in the sense of telling people, right? So I don't think the vacation itself is the mark, but I think that there's going to be some kind of like ID card or something, and then there's going to be some counterfeit ID cards because people aren't going to want to take the vacation, right? And then there's going to be a solution to the fake cards. This is all speculation, but the solution is, well, we can just mark your body, And if you don't have that, you can't go to work, you can't go to the store, can't do anything, can't have money. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could see it happening. What's up, AJ? That's good. Both AJs are here. That means the world is in balance. And so, yeah, I mean, hey, look, I'd like to have somebody up to ask them like this type of questioning, like basically like, you know, what are we telling our loved ones? You know, what are we willing? Because I've already I've already told my mom and my brother and my oldest son, um, you know, they're the ones that I think are the ones that are you know, can handle, you know, I mean, they can all handle what I'm about to say to them, but I've already told them that you know, I'm willing to give up my life for this. You know, I'm not doing it, whether it's a mark or not. You know, I'm not doing it. You know, because where does it end? You know, where does it end? You know, how do you know? I mean, it's you know, like I said yesterday, it's just like having somebody ask you to cut off a finger. You know, well, it's not going to kill you to cut off a finger. You know, you know, if it means that you could, you know, go to the ball game and the store and go to work and all that, might as well just get your finger cut off. It's no big deal. You know. I mean, that's just kind of like what it seems like to me. I don't know. Does anybody want to come up? You want to come up, AJM? It's up to you, man. I don't know. Like I was thinking that I was gonna have Tom up this morning, right? But then I had to think about it. But Tom is like he goes fishing on Fridays, and so I miscalculated by one day. Oh, that's cool, Paula. Hey, thanks for coming at least. But so I don't know, guys. Like you know, I can answer some other questions. I'll tell you, like there are some things that I'm afraid to do and don't know how to do, right? Um, as far as like witnessing to people, right? Um, there are some things I'm very young in my spiritual growth in these areas, right? My spiritual maturity, as far as which in some areas I'm pretty accelerated, but there are some areas I need work, and one of them is don't, you know, they say don't cast your pearls before swine, right? So like there's some nuggets that I know that if I share with people, it'll be instantly rejected there, and they'll hate me probably, right? Just like the word says, right? But how do I judge who, you know, once you say, okay, Stephen, you have to decide if somebody's an animal or not, right? That makes me uncomfortable, right? That makes me uncomfortable. So I need work in that area. Also, I need to know, you know, when is a good time to kick the dust from your feet, you know, because there are some friends that I just kept hanging on to, like, oh, you know, they'll get it, you know, eventually they'll get it. Hey, Sheila, how you doing? It's good to see you. You're not late. There's no mistakes in God's world. What's up, Cindy? um, and so these things in my spiritual maturity, right, is like when do you kick the dust from your feet and say, okay, well, this person's not gonna get it. I'm out of here, right? Like like how long am I gonna be around non-Christian behavior? Uh, you know, hoping that somebody will change and see the light and become what I feel their potential is for God. And you know, because I mean, I've had some people that I've worked with, right, that um, you know, that the majority of the people I talk to don't like them, you know, and um, you know, a lot of people told me to drop Arwen or whatever. Oh, he'll never get it. He's not going to he's not going to accept the sacrifice of Jesus, whatever. But he was a close enough friend of mine, right? Like I knew enough about him and that he wasn't like a evil, disgusting person, right? Like that he was worth hanging on to, right? He was my friend, you know. And even still, I hold out hope that he'll get there, you know. Even though I pretty much know that that he won't ever share that belief with me, you know, and that hurts, you know. Uh, a couple other people that I care about a great deal, you know. And I know Ross. I care a lot about Ross the Hat, and he'll probably won't share that feeling either, you know. And so, Wendy, at what point do you say, okay, well, I'm going to kick the dust from my feet and just move on, you know? Especially with people that you've benefited from over the years, like shared good advice, taught you things about, you know, cosmology or health or, um, you know, truths that, you know, are important that I pass on to Christians today, you know? And, yeah, I guess it's, you know, once you plant the seed in someone, right? A person listens but doesn't want to believe, willfully reject. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Or you know, or yeah, what's going on with this chat? I don't know what's going on with this chat, but either way. But hey, good morning, James. I'm glad to see you. And I saw a couple other people come in, and I was gonna say hi, but I don't know what happened to my little chat. Oh yeah, Sheila came in. Hey Hannah, yay! Oh man, it's a good group, you know. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I know AJ Blunt is here. Those are hard things. Those are some hard lessons that we need to go to some biblical scholars to learn that kind of stuff, right? That's meat, right? I'm still on the milk, you know. Well, maybe I'm having maybe a little bit of a meaty. I'm eating some meat, but I definitely can't speak it, you know. And so I just tried my best to do what I learned, what feels right to me, what feels right in my spirit. But yeah, so I was trying to oh yeah, Amanda, I did say hi to you. I did. You were like the first person I said hi to. Um but like I would say that um oh yeah, I was telling my brother to buy some chickens, right? Like we need to get some chickens, right? So that way um he can have them at his house. He, lives up in kind of in the mount. Like I live in the valley, California, in the valley. What's up, BB? Bianca? And so he lives in. I live in the valley of California. Like I don't want to say exactly where, but like I don't know, an hour from San Francisco. You know, in between Sacramento and San Francisco, somewhere around there. And which is really vague of me to say that. But my brother lives up more in the hills, like towards like I don't know, like Tahoe or something like that. And so he can have chickens and stuff. I think I don't know, but he owns his property in his house. He's got pretty good spread up there. I haven't been there in a little bit though. to be honest. I need to get up there and see them more often. They come down here more than anything. But you know, when my youngest some chickens and some rice and some stuff, like not really to prep, like to be like a super prepper, but it's time to start getting some things together, you know what I mean, just in case, you know. And so yesterday I just put the question out to him. I just said, okay, hey bro, listen, this is I'm willing to die over this thing, and this is what I think it is. This is what I think it could be, and you know, what are your thoughts on that? You know, I just straight out told him, you know, and I kind of dropped a line to my mom too about it. And you know, my oldest son, like I was talking to him yesterday, well, chatting, texting, and you know, I was kind of being like really like vague about it. I'm like, you know, things are a little crazy, you know, out there. Don't you know? Don't trust everything you see, and be very careful. And he hasn't taken the vacation yet, right? And so I'm grateful for that, right? My brother hasn't had it. My kids haven't had it. I haven't had it. My mom got it, and you know, it's heartbreaking, but uh, I don't know. I have a couple of friends that got it. One friend that hasn't got it. It's here, and then of course, you know, Michelle's close by. She hasn't got it. I have a couple of Flat Earth friends that are close by that haven't got it, and so there are some of us, you know, and so you know, but yeah, it's you know, hey, guys, put your channels in there so that that way. Do you guys have wrenches, or do I have to start that all over again? You put in a link, so you must have a wrench, right? I don't know. Do you guys have wrenches or no? I hope you do. Does everybody have a wrench in there? Oh, okay, 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 cool. And so, yeah, so put all your channels in there, and then like, you know, um, subscribe to each other, because what I want to do is form like a web ring, you know, because like I know that Shiver's Voice put her uh, channel link in there, and then you know, like when she had her stream, a couple of people from here were over there, and I like to see that, you know. I mean, I didn't make it on time, but I got there later, and it's good to know that if like anything happens to one of our channels, right, like we can like share stuff and be at someone else's channel, you know, and be ready to go, you know. And see, I was doing a mailing list, right? I mean, I put out a backup channel, right? And, you know, I got like, I don't know, there's like 30 subscribers on it or something like that. And, you know, like half of them are haters, you know? So it's like, that was kind of a test run to see, you know, if I'd get a couple hundred people, you know, then it would be worth doing. Oh, it was my son. My son just texted me. Good boy. I love him. Um, and so, I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, yeah. So so I do have a mailing list. If you guys wanted to email me a good servant 22 at gmail.com, right? Then I could add you to a mailing list, and then do like I could do like a pre-recorded show, and then put it out email every day if anything were to happen to our stuff. I mean, this is like, I mean, we're getting to a point where this is like, it could be serious. Like I'm not a fear mongering type person, and trust me, I'm not in fear about this. I've kind of been prepared for this for like for about a year. I just been like real low key about it, and I'm not prepared as in prepped up or anything. I just knew that it would get to, it was going to be an adventure, you know. And I've kept things pretty simple as far as what I have, you know, so I can pretty much be on the move, and that's what I really want. I don't want to have to guard a bunch of stuff. So I'm thinking about just like just being on, get a backpack, put some things that I know that I could use for money out there, and then just be out there. That's worst case scenario. But I am 100% for sure not getting this thing, no matter what it is. No, if it's the mark, not the mark, whatever. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. And hopefully, I don't know. If it is the mark, then maybe we're looking at a rapture before that. Maybe that's really the next thing to happen. As far as I know. Right, Paul? It would be like the rapture would be next, and then the man of sin is revealed, and then the mark, right? I mean, if we're going by that eschatology, right? But yeah, I mean, there's some. I wish I was more prepared and had like a smoother show for you guys today. Um, I really kind of planned on having like having maybe someone come up, but now that I'm just kind of chatting or whatever. Well, yeah, Joel, and I'm out of all people, right? Like I'm open to that, right? Even though there's some glaring stuff I still need to get over, right? I'm open to that, right? Whereas I know a lot of people that are closed off, right? And it's only because I know that even if I knew the word perfectly, I know that I can't ever know it perfectly, just because I'm just I try I even though I want to say I have a good understanding, I don't have a good enough understanding to lean on, if that's a Proverbs kind of answer, right? Yeah, it is like flat Earth all over again, right? So if that was the case, there's a lot of interesting things about it, right? And it's very compelling. There's a lot of compelling points to it, right? But what always gets me is, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, right? It just seems like everyone who has a video about that is always like some guy that cracked the Bible. It's never like a Bible scholar is saying, well, maybe this goes a different way, and then a video. And I could be wrong. There could be some out there like that. And if you do have some like that, send them to me. And I'm not saying that that's better. I mean, there's definitely in flat Earth, right? Like, the more education you have, it could be even harder, so who knows, right? Um, I'm just really careful with what I'm saying I'm open to, right? You know what I mean? I'm very careful about that. And and this is why it matters, right? Is because if I'm expecting a rapture, and then the man of sin is revealed, then the mark, right? There's a certain order of things, right? Like if I'm not expecting a rapture, then and let's say I feel like we're at that end part, right? Then I'm not going to be looking for antichrist type figure, right? I mean, it's good to be prepared for all things. I have a pretty good idea of what I believe already, you know. Um, but there are things that are, I mean, the obvious and dead set, right? Like there's not like a million interpretations to everything. It's just it's a difficult book, for me at least, right? I mean, I think I've read Revelation maybe 30 to 50 times, which is not a lot, It really isn't. And really there's a lot of stuff that like you have to go back into the Bible to look up for all that symbolism. Like, I mean, I know people that study that book all the time, like every day of their life, and like, they change things, and they're still changing things. Yeah, hey, you know what? And I'd be open to that. If you want to come on and then, run it through the scriptures, then that's cool. we'll take a look at it, and we'll have some people. Yeah, I know this is gonna be a cool apocalypse, But like, yeah, I mean, hey, look, if anybody has anything that they want to like come on and talk about, we have to run it through the word, because that I know for sure is true. That's what I'm counting on, right? And this is what when I made the decision to say, and I've had a lot of confirmation too, so it's not just like it's not like I just reached out and said this is what my truth is going to be. But when I decided the Bible is what it's going to be, right? There are um, other works that I consider to be true. I just don't give it moral authority, and because the Bible's canon, I'm gonna count on the fact that God is gonna hold me accountable for what's in the Bible, right? And I have pretty good. When I pray and I get the feeling from God that that's pretty much what I'm accountable for. More searching after that. And so I'm not worried about when the letter J came out or any of this stuff, right? It's this is what I've decided the truth is going to be, right? And I've got a lot of confirmation that it is true. Um, it's been under a lot of scrutiny by a lot of people that want to prove it wrong, and that have spent a lot of money, a lot more money than I have, and it stood up to scrutiny. And so, probably the most scrutinized book ever. And so, yeah, the scripture is all we have. That in the Holy Spirit, right? When I pray, it feels right. And so, there's a lot of things that we need to pray about. And see, I do stay open to things like, even though it sounded absurd to me that we're in that little season afterward, right? Even though it sounded absurd to me when I heard it, right? I just know how it was when Flat Earth came out, right? And how absurd that sounded to me. I was watching the, moon hoax videos, and I was like deleting all the Flat Earth stuff that kept popping up in my feed. I didn't want to see it. And eventually I had to take a look at it. So I'll take a look at anything. I'll test everything. Yeah, over 5,000 pieces of evidence that support the Bible. I think that's something we can agree on here. I mean, if you're at a point where you don't believe that the Bible is true, you're probably in the wrong place, because we're pretty late in the game to be set against that. Then you've decided to go another way, and you need to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling with somebody else. Because I mean, this is the way I see it: is that we're people that we know we're in the end game, and we're getting ready for the final play here. And it's set in stone what we've decided to do. And it's any more than just minor details to go, right? Some of them major details, right? But see, I used to think like, okay, well, only salvation issues matter, right? Because I didn't want to split. I didn't like it when people were split up. But then I'd end up with, like, I don't know, a pretty good group of people that, really I would be better off to dig in on saying all truth is important, and having just 10 people in chat. But with Revelation, it's just so tough, right? Because I've seen people study that book like their whole life, study that book, and um, change their stuff every year. And so, I mean, there's channels dedicated to just that book. And so, I have a pretty good idea of what I think, but it doesn't mean that I'm not open to it, to looking at some stuff. And it would be good for us to, and maybe even have someone else on too, to help us learn how to test things, how to run it through, how to do it in a practical way, for everyone to see. And Joel, I appreciate you for volunteering that and for being open about that. I bet it can't be easy. I bet you get a lot of crazy reactions, bringing that up, and so it can't be easy. And I give you credit for having some bravery in saying what you believe, and it's this is important, you know. Oh, I see. I like Paula's videos. I mean, I sometimes I'll just go in there and pop in there because I don't want to pull any like a lot of focus off of what's going on, and I'll just pop in and say hi, and then I'll have a question later. I'll be annoying and send an email. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. I was kind of hoping to do a guest today, but you know what? That's on me because I didn't plan for um Tom to not be in today. I missed that by a day. I was off by a day, and then also I kind of sprung it on you guys, and I didn't even know if I was really gonna like take the morning off or not. There's been a lot of goofiness, but you know what? I'm not gonna schedule my life around the goofiness. I mean, it is it's some crazy. Well, yeah, hey, you're right about that, Joel. I mean, the world, hey, this world has been so full of lies, man, that I wouldn't be surprised or shocked with anything at this point, you know? And I wouldn't be shocked with anything. I mean, it's insane the amount of like it's almost counting the amount of truth that I know is on one hand, It's on one hand. It's crazy. But so anyway, it wasn't the smoothest show. I hope you guys got something out of it. I basically just wanted to say hi, say that I got StreamYard, and that we're gonna start doing guests again. I don't know if you guys like the show when me and Tom were doing it before, but it'd be nice to have Tom on, to do some shows, and maybe have Alex on, you know, and have Joel on a few times, and see where we go with that. I used to like the little pre-recorded shows because we did a half hour. It's basically just like talking to your buddy, and then you slap it up there. But I forgot just how easy it was to work with Tom in the sense that we agreed on everything. There wasn't any it was just luckily it worked out that way. I mean, there wasn't much work or prep or production value in it. It was just like two guys talking about things that I mean, we did disagree, but they stuck out because it was very rare. It stuck out. Sometimes it got a little heated over little things. And that's good. That's how you that's how you find the truth. Yeah, AJM is silly. Yes. Who you getting married to, AJM? Okay, I see the name there. All right. Well, anyway, all right, guys. God bless you, and you know, uh, of course, praise Jesus for His sacrifice and His grace, because that's the only reason that we can even feel calm in a time like this. I feel cool as a cucumber, but I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be freaky when we're facing death in the face. That's gonna be a little bit scary. But you know what? When it's over, and then we're on the other side. And you know, can't say that I'm not gonna be happy with that. And we'll all hang out. You know, we'll all hang out. I think it'll be a good day. And so, see you later. Praise Jesus for His sacrifice and His grace. And I love you. See you guys tomorrow.